you don't know, it's me, Vay, where I share my life and experiences with the world through this platform they call YouTube that I'm very thankful for. So, if you are new, right now I am living in Alaska via seasonal job for the summertime, and I've been having the time of my life here. It has really changed me in a lot of ways, and I'm just learning a lot each and every day. I want to talk about my experience so far and also share with you the pros and cons, because nothing in life is perfect. We need polarity and balance to exist. Everything in existence has an opposite to exist. I did write a few down, so I'm gonna just talk about them and break them down pretty much as I can without making the video too lengthy, and enough for you to understand the words exiting my breath. I'm gonna start with the cons because we always want to end on a good, positive note, because that's what we're about here, positivity and keeping it real. So let's get on with the video. Okay, it's slightly windy, so I apologize for that in advance. Yeah, the weather out here is unpredictable, so yeah, just have that in mind. I'm telling you right now, what I'm naming, pros and cons, these are from my perspective. What I'm saying is not gonna absolutely be your experience. Some things are factual and some things are just straight my human experience. So come with an open mind. Let's just say this has been the coldest summer of my life. Like seriously, that's number one here. So since I've been here, when I first got here in May, it was like in the low 40s, 50s, hinting 60s sometimes. And yeah, I was like, all right, it's not too bad, because I was coming from New York, and in New York the weather was just changing over from spring to summer. So in New York I did have a couple of days where it was 80, 70, but it was still like low 50s, 60s. So when I got here I was like, all right, not too bad. But then came June, which is last month, is July now. It didn't change too much. My God. There was a couple days it did get a little warmer. It started to get sunnier. The plants were popping up, but the temperature stayed very consistent in the 50s and 60s. And when it's 65 here, it tends to feel like 50 because it's so windy. The wind is just pushing out glacier fucking air. It's so cold sometimes. So next con, things in Alaska, let's just say they are not cheap. Like from the littlest amount of food to like clothes, like at least where I'm staying, because there's no Walmarts or anything like that around. I'm in Healy, Alaska, which is right there by Denali, and I'm pretty much in the middle of nowhere. Like, we are surrounded by mountains. We do have a few shopping stores next to our camp, but that's about it. It's like a very, very tiny town, and there's not many options. So the grocery store that we do have, things are very expensive because it's hard to get it up here. You know, it's Alaska. So things are just very expensive. Like, when I first got here, I was in shock. Like, oh my God, dude. Third con. For me, I am black. I'm of African descent. I am organic being. I need organic, flavorful, spicy, tasty, nutrient-rich foods. And it's been hard to get that up here because, as I said before in the video, this is from my perspective. So if it offends you in any way, click off the video. And yeah, keep it going, because we're keeping it positive here. But let's just say whites and blacks, we don't typically eat the same things. And yeah, they eat like a lot of like hardcore like red meats a lot, and dairies, and I'm not really into all that, so I'm really missing my Jamaican foods and fruits and all that stuff. That's just what my body requires, and I haven't been able to find too much of it up here, especially where I'm at. I'll cook for myself here and there, or I'll just like scavenge off of my friends' like little meals here and there, but for the most part, I really do miss like my like cultural food Jamaican food, like African foods, all of that. So number 4, I'm doing 4 of each. So number 4, one of the cons is there's not too many people who look like me up here. There are some, but they're not on the same Pan-African mindset, and I could tell they're kind of like they've been just like kind of brainwashed into Western ways of thinking. I haven't really had any deep conversations with anyone who looks like me, which is kind of a turn down because that's how I am. I am very into studying my ancient culture of Africa and the Caribbean, and just talking about just life in general. I'm not a small talk person. Like, you can't come and talk to me about, oh, how's your day, good weather. I'm not about that. I like to have very genuine, deep conversations. We could talk about ancient Kemet. We could talk about West African civilizations, just Africa in general, or world history, or things of that nature. I haven't met too many people up here that look like me that think in that way. So enough of the cons. That's 4 cons. Those are just 4 little nitpicky things that do get to me, but they will never ruin my experience or make me feel like I need to get up and pack my bags and leave Alaska like right away. I will stay my time here. So I'm gonna tell you guys some of the benefits and pros that I personally have noticed and felt since being here. And that bird will not shut up. It's an ancestor cheering me on. So one of the first pros out here, people are super, this is kind of gonna contradict what I said before about people not being so open-minded. Hear me out. So people here are very open-minded and fun to be around. And I mean open-minded as in, like, it could be raining outside and there's always someone as crazy as me down to go do a hike, or go collect fossil rocks, or go pick flowers, go harvest something, go have a little fire. Just go do something. There's always someone around here like that, and it's pretty awesome because back where I was living in New York and on the whole East Coast, people are very boring and just all they want to do is go smoke and drink, or they never were into going out and getting nature. I mean, I've met a few people who I was able to pull into that, but they didn't last very long. And you could tell that was not their thing. And I feel like I was forcing them to be something they're not. So yeah, out here, there's none of that. Like, people come to me to take me on adventures. And I can't tell you how thankful and happy I am for that, because that's like a dream come true. Like, I feel finally at home. Number 2, it is a lot of untouched nature, as you see. There are places here where there is like little roads and civilizations, obviously, because like in the modern world, they need roads to get everywhere and stuff like that. So, but it's nothing compared to places like New York City that I've seen, where instead of trees, it is straight buildings blowing out black smoke and cars everywhere, and cigarette smoke is just awful in the city. It's awful. Like, it won't be too long before all that stuff just collapse. But here, man, I step outside our camp and I'm in the middle of the wilderness. Like, it's awesome. You just breathe in the fresh air. There's berries to pick that are growing as of now. So much sunlight, animals everywhere. It's just gorgeous. You could just come out here and meditate. It might be a little chilly, but it's all a mental thing. You just come out here and just relax. It's so awesome. Number 3. I skipped 3. There ain't no... As you see here, people, like, I have not worn a mask since I've gotten here. And it's like life finally feels normal again. Like, I'm happy and free and can breathe fresh air and actually see people's faces. And it's amazing. No one up here is all anxious and iffy about it. I mean, when I'm working, I'll have tourists come in here and there, and they'll be wearing masks just because they're used to seeing that back where they're coming from. But for the majority, like 98% do not wear masks here, and it is very free and open. And actually, as of now, I think you don't even need a COVID test to come to Alaska. That's how I was able to come here, like, very freely and easy. Now, number 4. This is one of my absolute favorite ones. And it is, there is so much freedom and openness to be yourself. Where I'm at here, there is like no room for judgments. I mean, even when I first came here, I was in shock because I'm used to getting certain looks and certain questions for certain things that I wear or do or say. And here people were like, nah, like, tell us about yourself. Like, things that I would consider a little weird before, like, people like encouraged me to push that out, and it is like amazing. And it's like a big confidence booster, and it shows you that we tend to judge ourselves more than other people do. And that was a huge lesson for me that I'm still working on now, but it's getting better and better every day. Like, I'm getting to the point I could go perform in front of a crowd right now and show off one of my talents. And that's amazing. That's an amazing thing, to be that confident in yourself, because you could actually live your life and be yourself, and things are just so free and easy, and like, it's just awesome. So I really wish that for everyone to be confident enough in themselves to freely express what they have to give to the world, because all of you guys have a gift to give to the world, every last one of us. And it's important to show that and let be known, because every being created in creation has its purpose, and that's a special thing to know that you matter, you know? You're not just existing. You're not just here to work and die. You're here to experience this beautiful planet we call Earth and live your life. And that's amazing. So there's no space for judgment here. It's just be yourself and live. And I'm not saying everything is perfect. Yeah, there's gonna be times where people argue and fight, but that's just humans. That's just nature. No animal is perfect. Every animal has conflict. Every being in existence has conflict, and that's okay. Like I said in the beginning of the video, polarity. To exist in existence, everything needs an opposite. If there's left, there's right. If there's west, there's east. There's black, there's white. Not race, but I mean actual color. But I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but yeah. And I know it's supposed to be 4 and 4, but I'm gonna add 5 to the pros, just because, like I said, I want to end on a very positive note and be positive. So one of the biggest ones is you actually have space to think and live your life. In a place like Alaska, and there are many places like this in the world that I have yet to discover, you actually have space to think about those ideas that you wanted to pursue and actually take action and just remain grounded.